Hello dear students, today I am here with the third part of the chapter Resources and Development of Geography. In part 1 we studied about what are resources and classification of resources. In the second part we studied about resource planning, resource conservation, land degradation and land conservation methods. And we also studied about view of Gandhiji on resources. We studied about the formation of soil as a resource. Now, today we will study about different types of soils. There are 6 types of soils: alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, laterite soil, desert soil and mountain soil. We will study in detail about the characteristics of the soil, where it is found, and finally with the help of map we will try to find out the areas where these 6 types of soils are found. So let us start with the first type of soil, that is alluvial soil. As you can see the texture of the soil in the slide. So let us see the characteristics also. Alluvial soil is a soil to which we are very much familiar of. We all have studied that alluvial soil is the most fertile and widespread soil found in India. Basically, this soil is found in the northern plains. Northern plains consist of 3 major river systems: the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. The silt and sand carried out by these 3 major river systems deposits the alluvium on the banks of the river. These 3 river systems have different tributaries and distributaries also, and thus alluvium is found in the northern plains. It is formed due to the deposition of fine silt called alluvium by the rivers. I told you 3 major river systems: the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. It is found in the northern plains, Gujarat plains and the coastal plains. There are some peninsular rivers also. Apart from Himalayan river, there are some peninsular rivers also which deposit silt, fine silt, which is called alluvium on the banks of the river. It consists of sand, silt and clay, and further it is divided into Khadar and bhangar. New alluvium and old alluvium. Khadar is called new alluvium and bhangar is called old alluvium. That also we'll discuss in the next slide in detail. It contains soil nutrients such as potash, phosphoric acid and lime. So it is fertile and good for the growth of sugarcane, rice, wheat and pulses. Now let us look at Khadar and bhangar. Bhangar. Bhangar is the largest part of northern plain and it is composed of oldest alluvium. They lie above the floodplains. They resemble terraces. The soil of this region is locally known as conquered and is composed of calcareous deposit. Now if we talk about Khadar, the floodplains formed by younger alluvium are called Khadar. Let me tell you why this is called young alluvium. Basically, the Khadar belt lies in the floodplains, the area in which flood occurs every year. And because of that flood, the soil every year is renewed in those regions. And because every year new layer of soil is formed, so it is fertile in nature and it is called young alluvium. The soil in this region is renewed every year and is highly fertile. How it is renewed? Because of the flood. This region is very suitable for intensive agricultural activities. Intensive agricultural activities I have taught you in the chapter agriculture. Intensive subsistence farming. Now the next type of soil is black soil. Here you can see the texture of the soil, the color of the soil. I have told you that the color and the texture of the soil depends upon the parent rock. Parent rock, if the parent rock is black in color and after the process of weathering, what is weathering? Weathering is breaking up of rocks into small particles, leads to formation of soil. So perhaps the black soil is formed, its parent rock was black in color, and due to the effect of molten lava, it is black in color. And it is also known as rugged soil. Some of the times in examination, it is asked for 5 marks question that what are the characteristics of rugged soil. It will not tell you black soil, it will say rugged soil. So you have to know that black soil is called rugged soil. Rugged means cotton. Best soil for cotton cultivation. Most of the Deccan is occupied by black soil. High water retaining capacity means it absorbs water in a higher amount. Soil is sticky when wet and shrink when dried. Self-plugging is a characteristic of the black soil as it develops white cracks when dried. It is rich in iron, lime, calcium, potassium, aluminium and magnesium. But it is deficient in nitrogen, phosphorus and organic matter. The color of the soil is deep black to light black, and it is mainly found in Deccan Trap region of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Basically the plateau region. I told you that it is also formed by the molten lava which got deposited. Now, next type of soil is red soil. Basically, it is red in texture and color because of iron ore. And it is seen mainly in low rainfall area. Porous, friable structure, absence of lime, concord, that is impure calcium carbonate, and deficient in lime, phosphate, manganese, nitrogen, humus and potash. The color of the soil is red due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. The lower layer is reddish yellow or yellow, the lower layer. Upper layer is red in color, but the lower layer is reddish yellow or yellow. The texture of the soil is sandy to clay and loamy. What are the major crops grown? Wheat, cotton, pulses, tobacco, oil seeds, potato, etc. And where it is found? It is found in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. So whenever the question is being asked for 5 marks, you have to write all these points, and definitely you will score 5 out of 5. You have to tell about the characteristics, you have to tell about the deficiency of the soil, you have to tell about the color of the soil, texture of the soil, which are the crops grown on this soil, and the areas, the states where it is found. Now, the next type of soil is laterite soil. You can see the color and texture of the soil. Concord. It is named after the Latin word later, which means brick. Becomes so soft when wet and so hard when dried. Found in the areas of high temperature and high rainfall. Formed as a result of high leaching due to rainfall. Organic matters of soil will be removed fast by the bacteria as it is high temperature, and humus will be taken quickly by the trees and other plants. Thus, the humus content is low. It is rich in iron and aluminium and deficient in nitrogen, potash, potassium, lime and humus. The color, red color due to iron oxide. And what are the crops grown on this soil? Rice, ragi, sugarcane, cashew nuts are mainly cultivated. It is good for the cultivation of tea, coffee and cashew nut also. And the region where it is found, the states in which it is found are Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Assam. Now let us talk about arid soil. You can see the color and the texture of the soil. Arid region, it is found in arid region where rainfall is very less to no rainfall. It is seen under arid and semi-arid conditions, deposited mainly by wind activities, high salt content, lack of moisture and humus, concord or impure calcium carbonate content is high, which restricts the infiltration of water. The texture of the soil is sandy, I told you, because it is found in arid region of Rajasthan. and borders of Madhya Pradesh. And where it is found? Western Rajasthan. So these are the characteristics of arid soil. Next type of soil is forest soil. Forest soil is also called mountain soil. So the characteristics of forest soil are formed in the forest areas where sufficient rainfall is available. The soil vary in structure and texture depending upon the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty on valley sides and coarse grained in the upper slopes. In the snow-bound areas of Himalayas, they experience denudation and are acidic with low humus content. The soils found in the lower valleys are fertile because they are well drained. So these are the characteristics of forest soil. So let us revise that what are the soils about which are their characteristics we have studied in this chapter. So we studied about different types of soil. We came to know that there are 6 types of soil: alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, laterite soil, desert soil. Desert soil is also called arid soil, and mountain soil, that is called forest soil. So we studied about the characteristics of alluvial soil. We studied about the difference between Khadar and bhangar, that is old alluvium and new alluvium, or younger alluvium we say. After that we studied about black soil and its characteristics. We came to know that it is also known as regur soil. Why it is called regur? Because it is good for cotton, and regur means cotton. After that we studied about red soil. We came to know because of iron oxide it is red in color. After that we studied about laterite soil. You can see conquered, and we came to know that when wet it is soft, and when dried up it is the hardest one. After that we studied about arid soils. Arid soil, or what you call is desert soil, it is basically found in western Rajasthan, the areas which receive very less amount of rainfall. After that, the final one we studied was forest soil or mountain soil, which is found from the Himalayan region to evergreen forest to deciduous forest. So I hope you understood it. Thank you and have a nice day.